Hindi natin na-discuss kung paano tayo mag-start. Hello! This is Ren Alcantara.
And this is Chris Hidalgo, and we're going to talk about what happened in tech ngayong taon.
Sige. Ren. Teka, may pangalan na ba yung show natin? Wala pa pangalan yung show. In progress yung pangalan ng show. Ayusin natin yan later on. But we can start with the topics for now. Okay, Chris.
So, ano nga ba nangyari sa tech ngayon 2015? Marami, pero pwede natin siyang i-sum up sa mga ilang phrases.
Okay.
So, unang-una, flagship smartphones na mas mabilis, physically mas maganda, at mas feature-packed. Obviously, lagi namang bawat taon, kung yung mga brand na yan, maglalabas silang bago, mas maganda, at higit sa lahat, mas mga mahal na smartphone.
Interesting nga yung 2015 kasi kung tignan natin, actually every year naman, lagi naman may smartphones. Pero this year, medyo remarkable yung number of hindi super high-end, but high-end, high-spec phones na lumabas from even the smaller manufacturers na dati nakikita natin naglalaro lang sa mid-range. Pero at the top of the list, syempre, andun yung big names pa rin, yung LG, si Samsung, si Sony is still there actually, and of course, Apple with the iPhone that has not gone anywhere.
At kung titingnan rin natin yung mga on paper, yung mga mid-range phones natin ngayon na sabihin mong nasa 15 to 20k market, at yung mga flagship, hindi na rin sila nagkakalayo ng on paper ng spec sheet.
Pero yun, it's good na minention mo on paper kasi on paper yung specs ganito, yung processor speed ganito, yung RAM ganito kadami, but ultimately magkakaalaman yung pag ginamit mo na so gusto mo i-discuss yung differences, yung particular ng on paper spec and in-use spec.
Siyempre gagawin natin yun. So yun nga, di mo na kailangan magpakagutom, di mo na kailangan mamayat sa gutom para lang makabili ka ng
pwede pa rin kung gusto mong mag-diet and magkaroon ng magandang phone, feasible option pa rin siyang gawin.
So basically yun ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Intro. So, katulad na sinabi natin kanina, nating pag-isapan ang flagship wars ng mga smartphone. Right. So, syempre, katulad na sinabi natin kanina, they boast more powerful specs
on paper,
and are more feature packed. Halimbawa, si LG G4, leather, yung isang model
na feel niya,
yung premium feel, leather back, plus something that I'm sure na maraming tao naka-appreciate, yung removable innards niya, specifically the battery and the inclusion of a micro SD card slot na kung kukumpara mo sa ibang brand na sinasara na talaga nila yung access to that back space ng mga cellphone. And
well, actually si LG then did that for a while with yung G2, although with the first na the first G series phone. Pero yun nga, the user response was gusto nila removable yung battery so that either magdadala ka ng spare or pag napagod na yung battery mo, pwede mo palitan. Which is interesting kasi yun, bumalik na nga sila to a removable back panel and removable battery, while others seem to be leaning towards closed back for to maximize yung space inside for battery and other components.
Okay, moving on, the Samsung S6 Edge and Edge Plus with the dual curved design. That disappointingly wasn't like the original Note Edge na functional. Yung
when I was at the Note that first Note Edge launch, tapos parang nung lumabas siya parang game, parang useful talaga yung Edge niya na you can see notifications. Developers could put controls for their apps dun sa thing. And yung pag nakadapa siya, tapos kita mo yung cool yun
Kuna mo yung notifications ng you won't pick up the phone.
With the new S6 Edge and of course the Edge Plus, parang since both edges are slanted, mas maliit yung real estate for either side. So I don't know
why they did that.
To say that they did it, I'm sure, and it looks nice. I mean, it's a manufacturing achievement din. Tsaka maganda nga siya in hand, but
functionality
wise, I'm not 100% on it yet. There might be apps developed that will maximize it more, but it's bound to happen.
Okay, next, syempre, ang Apple iPhone 6 and
6S Plus.
6S
6S and 6S Plus. Yes.
Yun. With the new siguro ang pinakamasasabi natin ditong bago yung contextual force touch na kumbaga para siyang right click sa computer mo. If you hold down, if you press down
harder,
depending on the amount of time that you're touching the screen, may lang lalabas na options. For example, if you hold down your thumb on the camera, you can take a selfie, you can take a video. May lalabas na ganong option. So it's kind of it's very intuitive in a way na hindi mo na kailangan, okay, open camera app, okay, switch, flick that tab there so it knows you're going to selfie or video mode.
It's worth noting though that while not exactly force, yung duration pressing is not necessarily a new feature. I mean, we've had it on other devices before. But I think the value here is that the execution of Apple is very, as with everything iOS and OS X and all of that, it's very smooth since they have full control of yung ecosystem, of yung software. Malinis yung pagkagawa. Yung execution niya is malinis talaga. So, that's cool.
Not to mention, pinapauso nila yung term na rose gold. Let's face it, guys. It's gold. It's pink. Next, sure ako excited ka dito, Red. The Nexus 6P as the 6P. King of all vanilla droids.
King of all vanilla droids. I got to handle the 6P first in Japan for the Google Asia Pacific Conference. And it wasn't even yung showcase nung 6P mismo. Nag-show off lang sila ng new features ng Marshmallow. Pero pagkadampot ko dun sa phone, parang nag-zone out ako. Parang hindi ko na narinig yung speaker. Kasi ganda talaga siya. Yung build quality niya is solid. Metal body. Yung camera bump that people seem to want to complain about all the time is actually not that noticeable. Pag tinignan mo siya sa photo, syempre medyo zoomed in siya, tapos medyo malapit. So, makikita mo talaga siya. Pronounced talaga siya. I'm not saying na pag nilapag mo siya, flat siya. I mean, papatong pa rin siya, pero hindi siya super pangit na bulge, like other phones,
or some other bulge,
type mo yun. So apart from that, you have top of the line specs. We don't even have to go into the specs of the 6P. I mean, you can check out the Nexus page for that, or we'll have our parade of it up soon. Hopefully a review will be coming in short order. But vanilla Android, excellent spec, excellent build quality, and Huawei, which we will be getting into a bit later. Huawei made the first one from Huawei for the Nexus project.
So, and also worth mentioning, the Sony Xperia Z5, the Z5 Compact, and the Z5 Premium. Ano meron sa mga to? I think it's the first time you have a 4K display,
I think that's
on a phone.
I don't know
how
honestly
useful is
why
that.
you would. I mean, 4K starts getting useful when you're looking at screens 50 inches and above. Anything smaller than that, you're okay with standard. And this is a 5.5 inch screen you're talking about, and it's cool that you can do it. I just don't know if it's worth the battery drain or the price. Sony is an excellent brand for phones, though. I've had several Sony devices that I've been very happy with them. But this sort of gives me the feeling that they're doing it because they can. I don't know. I'm conflicted about this. What else are we looking at? Right. I forgot to mention. This is Z5. Is it still going to be the last? I think it might be the last of the Z series phones. There was a rumor going around. Well, it's not over until the fat lady sings, so we're going to keep an eye out for that. But there were rumors floating around early this year, middle of this year, that were saying that this might be the last one. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But it's worth noting. I mean, if you're a big fan of the Z series, this might be. I can't emphasize that enough. Might be the last one.
So something that we'd like to point out is that mapansin nyo na itong mga flagship phones na to, they're getting bigger.
Yep.
Even Apple na sinabi na phablets don't matter. Phablets are useless. Phablets
there was
are
a time
stupid.
that they would just not make screen size larger than 3.5 because that's the natural like sweep of your thumb over yung screen. Parang any larger than 3.5 inches on the diagonal daw is impractical to use na daw. But
and then
they
made a
changed
4-inch.
Yeah, they made
and now
the
they
4-inch.
have
Now they've got the 6S Plus, which is huge.
That's huge.
5.5, yeah, that's
so definitely Apple swallowed their own words in making the 6S.
That's true, and yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the leadership change. I mean, Steve Jobs was a designer, unlike any other. He was also a designer. I mean, you cannot deny that he had huge influence on how their devices look,
and also how the overall industry of phones are designed.
Exactly. And so with him gone, parang I wouldn't say they've lost their direction, but there are a few I don't know, things that they're doing now that they probably would not have done in the past when Steve Jobs was alive. Yeah. It changes so much of everything. Since mas malaki yung screen, since mas may chance ka mag-game and mag-video, yung telcos are now providing fatter pipes for data, better plans, faster internet all throughout across the different plans. Tapos streaming services are getting really big. iFlix, Hook.
They even have YouTube bundles.
Yeah, you have YouTube bundles. And you have all this, and I suspect that yung trend towards that is also behind why yung telcos natin, I'm just going to say Globe and Smart, of course, and the subsidiaries, are moving away from just being phone and data providers and being a more comprehensive digital lifestyle company, because the consumers, unlike before when we had smaller screens, or even before that when all we had were feature phones, now we just do so much more with them. I mean, I used to watch movies on my, what was that, 4th gen iPod Nano, yung square, tiny 1-inch screen, but I had better eyes back then. But now you have a 5.5 all the way up to 6.9-inch screen phone. Yeah, you'd watch a movie on that, a full-length movie on that.
Siyempre, kasi I'm gonna guess they use it more kapag nagre-relax sila. Anong gagawin mo sa laptop mo? Anong gagawin mo sa laptop mo? Nakaganon ka. Nasa bus ka. Nasa MRT ka. Nakahiga ka.
Actually, nanakawin din. Baka nakawin din yung phone mo.
Gano'ng kahirap nakawin ng laptop, di ba?
So, dapat laptop na lang para hindi nakawin.
So, yun nga. And it's bigger. They say it's bigger is better, and
it's more comfortable at the very least to consume content.
And that they're actually saying now that because of the bigger sizes of screens, that you no longer need a desktop or laptop, or mas convenient na yung sa phone ka na lang mag-consume.
Honestly, I tried with an iPad mini pa to replace a work laptop. I still use a tablet sometimes pag may coverage tayo sa labas, as gagawa ka ng story real quick. Pero, and you can use your large phablet for creating things. It's not the best thing, pero if you have nothing else, at least hindi ka mag-squint, diba? Hindi ka stuck sa feature phone sized screen. So it definitely opens a whole world of possibilities for you to be able to do things on the move.
So, speaking of screen real estate, nasabi namin kanina na because of the leadership change, Apple is actually producing devices that are larger and larger and thinner and thinner. And this ties in nicely with our next talking point. Na this was a quote from Apple head honcho Tim Cook a couple of months ago. I think it's about a month or two ago. Sinabi niya, then this was in line with the release of the iPad Pro, the very big iPad. Huge. iPad. I think the screen is as big as this with much, the bezels. So, iPad. Bilang kalaki. So, there's a quote. He said, I think if you're looking at a PC, why would you buy a PC anymore? No, really. Why would you buy one? This is from the Telegraph. And he goes on in that interview to add, yes, the iPad Pro is a replacement for a notebook or a desktop for many, many people. Mm-hmm. They will start using it and conclude they no longer need to use anything else other than their phones. because they also make phones. Weirdly enough, they also make PCs in the form of the iMac, the Mac Pro, and the Mac Mini. So ano yung sinasabi niya? The iPad Pro is going to replace all of your devices.
But don't forget to buy your
don't forget to buy
Apple
your iPhone
desktops and your Apple laptops.
There are other Apple problems that aren't just parang mas design related siya, like si iPad Pro, tapos si Apple Pencil. Joke
the
tayo
Apple
yun,
Pencil. It's a stylus.
Which firstly, sabi nila ayaw nila magka-stylus ever. That means you have a poorly designed product daw pag nag-stylus sila. But then that is Jobs, diba?
Then nag-stylus sila.
So, ngayon may stylus sila, but that's not even the issue. To charge yung pencil, which has a battery life of 1 hour, tama ba?
I think.
Plug it into yung lightning port. So, pa-plug mo sa lightning port. So, may iPad ka, super laki. May pencil dito sa side or sa wherever, kung ano man yung orientation mo. So, nakalawit siyang ganun. Na promise, pag nahulog yun, hindi siya mababali or hindi masastuck sa loob ng lightning port mo yung
12 hours.
12 ba?
12 hours.
Okay, sorry. Hindi mapuputol yung thing, tapos may iwan doon or hindi mag-bend yung... Promise, hindi mangyayari yun. So, something like that. Tapos yung bagong mouse nila na okay, fine, hindi na removable, hindi na double A or triple A or any battery like that yung battery niya. To charge mo na siya, which is cool. Sige, game. Rechargeable wireless mouse. Kaso paano mo siya i-charge? Kunin mo siya, tataob mo siya, tapos pa-plug mo yung charger mo sa kanya. So mukha siyang
dagang
hindi mo siya
sinaksak.
magagamit. Oo. Mukha siyang na-murder na uwang. Tapos hindi pa pwede ilagay na sa ulo or sa side, parang normal
USB
mouse. Little things like that. We would always admire Apple for being very
innovative.
Yeah, and very on point with their design. I think that if Steve Jobs saw something like this, mababaliw siya sa kausihan niya. Parang hindi pwede yan ayusin nyo. Pero that's where we are now. Which is, it goes against what we've seen Apple do in the past. Now, I'm not an Apple hater. I love and use some of their products and that's fine. I'm just saying na medyo nag-deviate na sila from yung past design
under the new leadership. So,
I guess it's about that.
Yun nga. So, sabi nila yung Apple Pencil is actually made for creatives, mga sketch artists or just artists in general who need a dependable pad and paper and pen, the iPad Pro and the stylus, para if you will yung para magdo-drawing ka, sa mga nabasa kong review, the creatives really like the Apple Pencil and the iPad Pro. They said that barring the lack of the tactile feel, it's really like you're just using pen and paper.
It certainly has its uses, and it's very good at those uses, but to go all out and say na parang okay, tapos na yung desktop, I think is a little too ambitious.
So, if you use a PC for a living, if you're an audiovisual specialist or a coder, then the iPad Pro will be a good companion, but it won't replace your trusty old desktop. You know what will replace your desktop? Surface Pro. Now, that's a proper desktop replacement kasi it uses a proper Intel processor.
Proper OS.
It has a proper OS. It has proper innards to actually fuel your productivity. It also has a... for 42,990
for the
Candy Crush machine.
Pro, yeah.
For that price, you can buy a decent laptop or build yourself a decent gaming rig.
Yeah.
Surface Pro, anyway, Surface Pro. May stylus din naman siya.
It has a proper...
it has a stylus, it has windows. It did away with the mistakes of the Surface Pro 3 na yung stylus mo malalaglag na lang bigla, yung hinge mo pangit, and all the other things, and they just made it better. That's a proper desktop replacement that I'll willingly buy.
I'd back that, yes.
Yeah. Next topic.
Windows is on a roll with their laptops and that segment of theirs.
we're really excited what else we're going to see. Hopefully, it becomes more accessible. We have third-party manufacturers with Windows devices, but I mean, everyone's got their eyes on yung Surf Pro. So sana, I don't know, a lower cost alternative, maybe leave out some of the bells and whistles and drop the price a bit. That would be a solid device that I think would do really well. We've seen Asus do well with their hybrids.
The
Cherry
T100
Mobile with the Alphamorph devices.
Alpha style.
Yeah. So the potential is there if Windows were to go to that side. I don't know if they would, but if they did, I think that would be a promising enough for them.
Anyways, so we'll skip on to our next topic. Huawei. You want to talk about Huawei?
Okay. Earlier we discussed yung Huawei's presence in the Nexus program with the 6P. Huawei is really pushing hard and doing a good job with yung phones now. We've got the Mate series, we've got their mid-range, the G. Chris is gonna look up exactly what specs were the G8, I think. The phones have gotten universal acclaim from some of our other tech media friends, blogger friends have been praising it left and right. And you can see why. Build quality, price, camera performance, overall performance on the device. So I see why Nexus decided to go with them for the Nexus program. Winner talaga siya. Also interesting to point out is with Samsung slowing down with the flagship race, parang they're
someone
not seeing,
has to fill that
gap.
gap.
There was a void created by Samsung's not being as strong as they were back before around the time the Galaxy S4 and older Galaxy devices were coming out in the Note series. Parang because of that there was a void that was created, and for a while it looked like other manufacturers were right there and they were going to jump in. LG with their G series, the G3 was an amazing phone. It's one that I use myself. The G4 also really good, but it seems like
expectations were higher for the G4 and it didn't quite meet them.
Parang may buwelo na sila tapos
they slowed down.
Yeah, I feel that they could have been more aggressive. I don't know exactly how. But now there's still that bubble. I mean, Samsung is still one of it's still in the lead, I think.
It's still leading.
It's still leading, but the lead is not as solid. I mean, it's not unquestionable, almost unquestionable like it was before. So we've got Huawei, who's been making phones for a long time, and they make all of the network hardware. So yung optimization nila is great kasi sila din yung gumagawa ng back-end stuff.
The Kirin chipsets, they're
sila din.
So advantage siya agad nila yun.
Pumunta ako sa what was it, last year, the other year, sa China to their testing facility, and you see they're serious. They know what they're doing kasi matagal na silang gumagawa ng hardware for telcos and OEM sila na handset maker, and now they're striking out on their own as their own brand, and medyo wild. They're doing a good job. 6P is definitely a phone I'm going to go with.
Yeah, you're doing things right when Google decides to tap you for the Nexus line of phones.
They want the Huawei phone to showcase the Nexus, the latest Android operating system. So wild talaga, maganda siya, and I get why everyone is saying this is the best Android phone we've ever seen. I have no reason to doubt that.
So, magkano nga ulit yung 6P?
Si Huawei 6P
dito ngayon sa Pilipinas?
29,990.
29,990.
May pang choknat ka pa sa dulo. Very for the 64 gig model.
It's very reasonable.
Honestly, very reasonable price. I mean, you're looking at a gray market iPhone 6s 16 gig for that price. And that's 16 gig. Also, depending on who you ask, it's an iPhone.
Yeah, if my LG G2 conks out, which I don't think it will in the near future.
Super tibay.
Nexus 6P.
Yeah, we're looking at the Nexus.
We're also taking donations for the Nexus 6P.
Link below. Just kidding, walang link below.
So, will you be willing to cough up $29,990 for that kind of phone?
I would cough up $29.90 times 2 and give the other one to a good friend.
Anyway, so pero yung ibang tao hindi sila magbibigay ng $29,990. Let's face it, hindi lahat tayo ganun kayaman.
Well, ako din naman hindi ganun kayaman, pero maghahanap ako ng paraan.
Pero well, $29,990
it's a for yung spec, for yung storage
price. Pero
it's, mataas nga siya. For some people medyo mataas nga siya.
Pero if you're
I mean, ako okay ako doon kasi I'm sure mama-maximize ko yung features niya. So,
yeah.
Hindi ako manghihinayang doon sa price.
Pero for some people, basta mabilis, basta gumagana, basta matibay, ayos na yun. And that leads to our next topic.
Yeah.
Bang for the buck phones 2015.
Yep.
So many phones na under 10,000 pero can deliver performance na kind of equivalent to a flagship 3 years ago.
Last gen
flagships. Katulad ng, just to name a few, the Alcatel Flash Plus and the subsequent Alcatel Flash 2, the Cherry Mobile Flare 4,
solid.
the Lenovo A7000. They all went on flash sales at Lazada. And just I'm gonna drop a couple of names further. The Star Mobile Night Elite, the P1M.
Xiaomi, don't forget the Xiaomi devices. The Mi devices, which have been, I mean, they started the whole flash sale thing here.
Yeah.
And the phones are good. You had one.
Yeah, I had the first Redmi.
Redmi.
Really good.
Yeah.
But syempre, what can you expect from a pero for 5.5 then that was good, but like wala pang isang taon, it was slow. 5.5. And then yung that money, 1 year after I bought the Redmi, I could have bought one of these. Give or take 1,000 pesos. Any of these, give or take 1,000. So mas mabilis sila. They're advertised as hey, these phones are better, you don't have to starve yourself just to buy them. And the thing about them is that they're marketed as octa-cores.
On paper, that's nice, yeah.
8 galamay, 8 cores, yun ang pinamarket sa kanila. They're saying that it's all you need, octa-core, nothing else. Wrong. It's not all you need, not necessarily. So what was that phone? Some phone paired an octa-core processor with a gig of RAM. It's not gonna be that fast.
Magpa-bottleneck ka pa rin sa RAM.
Yeah, it's not just the processor.
Also, gaano kabilis yung octa-core processor mo, di ba?
Yeah. Gaano kabilis? Ano yung clock frequency niya? Equivalent ba lahat ng cores in terms of quality? Yeah. And ano yung kasama niya sa chipset na yun? Yeah. Ano yung GPU? Yeah. Ano yung RAM? Ano yung cellular controller? And the entire picture, it's not just octa-cores. That's quite a common misconception nowadays na, I have an octa-core. It's gonna be fast. It's gonna be almost equivalent to what
in the recipe.
Yeah.
Parang you put truffle oil on everything, hindi garantisado masarap siya.
Truffle oil champurado.
Truffle oil vanilla ice cream sundae. No. So, hindi siya, I mean, the potential for greatness is there, pero unless you have other specs to match, syempre, dun sila mag-bottleneck dun sa baba.
Yeah.
But it's not the end-all, be-all spec that you should be looking at.
We have a quote here from Robert Triggs in an interview with Android Authority. So sabi niya, it may seem a little counterintuitive, but 10 cores don't automatically improve performance. However, it does offer a lot more choices about what you can do with your workload. Ano yung sabihin niya doon? How phones work, your octa-core is not really an octa-core with 8 equal processors most of the time. So, most usually, meron kang grupo ng 4 and grupo ng 4. Yeah. One group is very powerful, and your phone uses it for tasks such as rendering web pages, rendering images, gaming. And you have another group na for
lower clock speed.
Yeah, lower clock speed and sometimes stuff, lower model. Yeah, for if you're just texting or if you're just
or the phone is idling.
Yeah, the phone is idling. So 2 groups of 4, octa-core pa rin siya. But what the more cores do is that, for example, you're not doing anything. Your phone's not doing anything. It's gonna utilize the lower clock cores. So instead of using the hungrier, beefier, power consuming cores, so you're more efficient.
Also, programs can be written that use
the cores in the most efficient way possible. So it's not just octa-core equals best phone, not necessarily.
So I guess that's all the time we have for
this
first
flagship episode
part of our flagship episode / series.
If you want us to talk about particular topics, hit us up in the comments. Ay, hindi nakita yung finger. Comments below.
Yeah, if you have anything to say about what we talked about, if we got anything wrong, if you want us to
ask yung manufacturers or yung companies anything,
do so in the comments below.
Yeah, and then we'll see what we can do. We have pretty good relationships with all the brands, and we'd also like to promote the current issue, the last issue of the year of Gadgets magazine, December-January issue. Lovely blue masthead, gorgeous Subaru car, beautiful Miss Universe model. Oh yeah, glossy paper all throughout. Here we've discussed everything that happened in 2015. The motoring section, the mobility section is always there. 4 wheels, 2 wheels. Kung naghahanap kayo ng gifts, we have the gift guide, we have the parade section, and syempre, we also review devices in the Gadgets Lab section. Blood, sweat, and tears. Mostly tears. I hope you enjoy it.
Fat. Lots and lots of fatty.
So it's available right now on in newsstands, bookstores, and online at Buko and Magster. We'll put the links again in the description below, so check nyo na lang dun. We do also have a promo for our e-magazine, so we'll include the link there also. You could get it for free, so why not? Yung digital copy, 125.
So okay. I guess that's it. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the thumbs down, and actually say what you didn't like about it, so we can hopefully improve ourselves next episode. So
next episode you'll see Mia.
Yeah, next episode you'll see Mia,
we promise beautiful to put Mia in front of the camera, and she'll talk about a few things.
So hit the subscribe button if you're excited on saying that. It's on here.
Dun, sa baba. So once again, this is Ren Alcantara, Associate Editor of Gadgets Magazine.
I'm Chris Hidalgo, one of our writers here. And we'll
thanks
see you
for
guys
watching.
next time.
The title of the show is gonna happen soon.